We'll be moving to the introduction.
Yay! Voilà, avec vous.
So once again, thank you very much for joining us in today's webinar. CSNY Consulting in collaboration with Otscn, One Team Social Club of Nigeria. And today we'll be taking, our topic today is artificial intelligence, practical class, creating AI-generated videos, ads, professional images, and graphic designs. Yeah, and our facilitator for this today's webinar is Mr. Christopher Oluseson. Sorry, I may not be able to pronounce it well. MCP AWS CSA. He brings over 15 years of technology expertise. He currently serves as ICT administrator at NAMEL, where he oversees the company's physical and cloud-based infrastructure. His core responsibilities include developing and maintaining software solutions, managing computer network architecture, ensuring operating system stability, and network security. He also provides strategic IT recommendations for infrastructure setup and management. Christopher holds a bachelor's degree in computer science from the University of Abuja and a master's in information technology. He is currently pursuing a PhD in the technology domain. His professional exposure spans PPMC, NAICOM, and virtual internships at PwC, Switzerland, and MasterCard. A Microsoft certified professional, Mr. Christopher also possesses prestigious credentials: Google certified IT professional, Proofpoint insider threat specialist, AWS certified solutions architect, and certified information systems auditor, CISA. With nearly 2 decades of experience, he excels in information system and network infrastructure management, on-site or remote troubleshooting, database administration, Active Directory management, cloud computing, and cybersecurity. His comprehensive skill set and unwavering commitment make him an invaluable asset to the IT sector. I pray to you, Mr. Christopher. Mr. Christopher, over to you, please.
Yeah, good morning. Good morning, everyone.
Yeah, good morning, sir.
Yes, please, if you can hear me, please just indicate in the chat. And I'll need permission to be able to share my screen.
Okay.
Okay, I think I can share it.
All right, sir. Okay.
Hello?
We can hear you, sir, but we can't see your screen anymore.
Okay, just a minute, please. Can you see it now?
Are you there?
Yes, can you see it now? You should be seeing my screen now.
Not
Hello?
yet.
Okay, let me reshare it.
Okay, we can see your screen now, sir. Can you please unmute your mic? Can't hear you, sir. Mr. Kolawole, Mr. Vincent, please mute your mics. Sir, can you unmute your mic? Okay. We can hear you now, meaning your screen.
Okay, you can hear me now?
Yes,
okay.
yes.
Okay, great.
So remaining your screen.
I stopped sharing it, so I believe that should be taken care of now.
Sir, your mic is muted again.
But you can hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you now. We can hear you now.
I think I know what's going on. I will just
Okay.
I will share the screen.
Yeah, we share the screen. We don't have any problem.
Okay, so you can still hear me, right?
Yes, we can.
Okay, so I'm going to. All right, good morning once more, and welcome to today's session on artificial intelligence practical class, which is subtitled. Please, can we all be muted? Can we all be muted? Hear each other.
Mr. Salawu, please, can you mute your mic? Mr. Matthew, mute your mic. Can we please mute our mics? Thank you.
All right. So our focus is on using or leveraging artificial intelligence for content creation and productivity. As we journey down this path, I'm going to explain why this training is very, very relevant to us, even as accountants and people who are not in the accounting space. Like I said, the training is leveraging artificial intelligence for content creation and productivity. So I'll take the next slide. This is our learning objective. At the end of the training, we should be able to understand what artificial intelligence is, appreciate the evolution that comes with artificial intelligence and the future that AI holds. We will also write effective prompts. I'm going to explain that as we go on because the session is divided into 3 sections. Use of AI to create professional written content, generate high quality artificial intelligence images, produce AI generated videos, which is like the culmination of everything, and also designing social media graphics, marketing, productivity, and so on. I'll move on to the next slide. I always start my all presentations that I attend with a quote because this is going to guide the session. It's like the high point of the session. But before I take this quote, I'd like to tell you that the session is divided into 3 parts. The first part deals with the history and the evolution of artificial intelligence itself. The second section focuses on prompt engineering. It's not going to be dealt with so elaborately because of the time constraints, but we are going to touch every important bit of prompt engineering. And then finally, we'll look at the practical aspect of this training. So we have 2 hours, 30 minutes or thereabouts to attend to all this. So now I take the quotable quote. The first one says artificial intelligence is probably the most profound technology humanity is working on, more profound than electricity or fire. This quote was made by Sundar Pichai. Sundar Pichai is the CEO of Google, or not, let's not call it Google, we'll call it Alphabet. Alphabet is the parent company of Google. If you have a smartphone, if you use an Android device, if you use the Google Map, you are indirectly using a product that this man oversees. Now, the second quote I have here is AI will not replace humans, but humans using artificial intelligence will replace humans who don't. There's this saying that, oh, artificial intelligence has come to take my job. Well, that's not true. That's not true. If you work with the times, if you improve yourself in terms of how technology improves, you'll be a step ahead of it. That's why you find out that some people, even as accountants, they already incorporate artificial intelligence in their workflow, which makes it very, very easy for you, because that's what technology is all about: making your job, making your work, making your life as seamless, as easy as possible. So these are the quotes we'll be working with. I'll go on to the next slide. Please let me know if you can still hear me, so that I know we are all on the same page.
We can hear
Hello.
you, sir.
Okay, good.
We can hear you.
All right. So, like I said, the training is divided into three sections. So I'm going to start with the first one, which is the history of artificial intelligence. So, what exactly is artificial intelligence? Now, artificial intelligence didn't just come up out of the blue. It has been in existence for, at least, if I can remember correctly, over 60 years. Because if you look at it, artificial intelligence came up during the Second World War with somebody called Alan Turing. I'll give us a brief introduction when we talk about the history generally. So, artificial intelligence refers to computer systems that can perform tasks that normally require human intelligence. So, if we have artificial intelligence, it is same to say we also have natural intelligence or human intelligence. Human intelligence is what you have with your brain, with what you do with your brain. Now, for instance, somebody cannot tell you as a human being to go off a cliff and jump off that cliff if you do not want to do it, which is what we know as suicide. But artificial intelligence was built off, is more like a copy of the human intelligence or the natural intelligence, as we will see, to make work, monotonous work, or that is boring, tasks that you do all the time, over time, that becomes boring over time. It does it for you. So it takes away that burden of you handling those boring tasks and passes it on to a machine. Now, the machine in this case that we talk about is not necessarily a robot that you see. It could be a computer program or an application. We'll talk about that when we get into the deep dive. So we use artificial intelligence itself for learning, for reasoning, problem solving, which is a major part of artificial intelligence itself, language understanding, complex languages like Aramaic, Arabic, Hebrew, French, and all that you can easily understand using artificial intelligence. A very good example is Duolingo. Some people use Duolingo when they travel to other parts of the world to communicate, even if they don't understand the language that is being spoken in that part of the world. Also, we have image recognition, which is used in the cybersecurity space, speech recognition, and then majorly decision making. Now, there's a rider underneath that says AI enables computers to think, learn, and create in ways that resemble human intelligence. If you remember, as I said earlier, artificial intelligence is built off the model of natural intelligence or human intelligence, as we see. It is just a copy of what human intelligence looks like. But the upside of it is that it gets better at it, because computers rarely make mistakes except there are bugs and things like that embedded in it. But naturally, it is built off human intelligence. All right, we move on. Now, let's look at a brief history of artificial intelligence. Now, like I said, it's been over 60 years that artificial intelligence came in, but it wasn't really, uh, it wasn't really, is what we have now is not what it was back then. As a matter of fact, my first experience with artificial intelligence was in my 300 level as a computer science student in the university. There's a dedicated course for artificial intelligence. And the lecturer didn't really have a full grasp of it because, of course, if you're in the university, I might be wrong, but most of what you get is the theoretical aspect of it. So it was taught more as a theoretical course rather than a practical one. So we just learned it. But I personally had this penchant for strange topics or things that are not really easy to understand. So I took a very huge liking in artificial intelligence. And then I started to research. That's when I came about somebody called Alan Turing. Now, Alan Turing is a British officer who was, I think he was an officer during the Second World War. He created a cryptographic key or something like that that was used to send coded messages to the Allies during the World War II, and then also breaking codes. So Alan Turing, unfortunately, he died. He wasn't really given his flowers before he died. It was much, much more later that scientists or people in the technology space started taking a keen interest in what he did. And a very good example of what he did, if you've ever used a tool called Capture, if you try to sign in into a page and they tell you to click all the boxes that you can find in the picture, you have used Capture. Capture is one of the offset of what he developed, because it is believed that a robot or a bot would not be able to do that. So they needed to be sure that this is not something that a bot is doing, but a human being is doing. So he is usually referred to as the father of artificial intelligence. I'm just going to run through this from the beginning: Warren McCulloch and Walter Pitts. Now, the space became much more larger, and people became more interested in artificial intelligence immediately after the COVID. That excuse me, that's when OpenAI came into the picture with Sam Altman and the current CEO of what's it called, Grok, or what you know as X today, Elon Musk. It was OpenAI was co-chaired by Elon Musk and Sam Altman and some other three people. But eventually they went their separate ways, and Sam Altman took it from OpenAI to what we have today as what's it called, ChatGPT and other generative AI apps that we see. Now, before the bubble burst, because eventually the craze will eventually fizzle out, but I believe the beneficial effects of using artificial intelligence would have been in every aspect and every area of human life. Because right now we practically cannot do anything without the skill that the benefits that artificial intelligence brings, from using your maps to shopping online to movie selection, practically everything. Even some people have even substituted their thinking to that of the artificial intelligence, which is not encouraged, but it is what it is in the world that we live today. Okay, so I move on from the history to the tools that we'll be using during today's training. Some of them you are already familiar with them, some you are not. For instance, the chatbots section are the ones that you find at the top corner: ChatGPT, Claude, and then DeepSeek. Now, Claude is majorly used for coding or programmers or app developers is because it makes it very, very easy. Each and every one of these tools have their own areas of strength. Image generation, image correction, response, and chat. They all have their own areas of strength. So we have ChatGPT, Claude, DeepSeek. There are others like Grok. These are all generative AI bots. There are others like Grok. We have Perspective. We have Gemini, Google Gemini. Could you mute your mic? Whose mic is unmuted? Thank you very much.
Can we mute
Then we
your
also
mic,
have
please?
Then we also have another section which is they don't really generate anything. They only make corrections. Tools like Canva, Filmora Wondershare, which has incorporated artificial intelligence into it. Some of these tools are what we'll use. Then the final section, we have Halo, Minimax, Suno, and Flow. These tools are the bottom rank, are some of the most powerful. They use what we call AI agents, which I will explain as we go on. The agents are the ones that do all the tasks. They are just like your servants, or they are the people, they are the bots that carry out the instructions that you give. So they've combined so many tools together to work. We will see how it is used. Google Flow, Halo Minimax, which is very, very, very powerful tool. It is used by Halo is a Chinese software company which incorporates artificial intelligence, language translation, and so on and so forth. So these are some of the tools we will be working with during the course of this program. Okay, I move on to the next slide. Now, we move to a very, very important aspect of this training. Now, the prompt engineering aspect of it is prompt engineering itself is a very, very broad topic. But we'll try to summarize it just for you, just for the purpose of this training. Now, you would agree with me that if I were talking to a group of people who speak completely different languages from what I speak, there will be no communication. Because if I speak to them and they do not understand me and I don't understand them, nothing will go ahead. That is exactly why you need to access or have the right instruction to deal with the computer. That is exactly what this section is all about. So I move to what prompt engineering itself is all about. It's simply instructions given to the computer. Now, computers actually, in the most basic level, they operate on binary codes, zeros and ones. However, from the binary, it goes to the assembly language level, which is the middle level, and then we have the high level language, which is what we call program codes like C++, Python, and the rest of it. Those instructions that you write is what the computer carries out to do what you have asked it to do. So that's why the computer itself operates on the principle of garbage in, garbage out, or what you see is what you get. If you type X, it will be an aberration for you to see Y on your screen. Except there's a bug or something else is at stake, is in operation there. The computer only carries out the task that you give it using something called algorithms. It's just the list of instructions or list of steps that the computer is supposed to follow to achieve a certain task. Same thing with the prompt. If you type in the wrong prompt, the computer will follow that instruction the way it understands it, and it might not be exactly what you want. So it is the quality of your output depends largely on the quality of your prompt or your input. So the prompt is what the computer itself operates on. Like I said, it is a principle of garbage in, garbage out. You cannot get what you did not give, except, like I said, there's a bug in play. All right, so let's look at some of the ways that we can achieve this using effective prompts to achieve our goal or our objective. Now, I want us to look closely at this image. I'll give us just a minute. and maybe I'll just need just one person to unmute to tell me what they think is happening here. Just a minute, or let's say 20 seconds. I believe this is very self-explanatory. So can anybody just unmute, just one person unmute to tell us what they think is happening in this image?
They're playing basketball.
Okay, can you see the entity playing the basketball?
Yes, I can see a body holding a ball.
Okay, very good. It's a body. Please look closely.
Like human structure.
Okay, it has a very good. It has a very good. It has a human structure, but it is actually not a human being. That's a robot. That is a robot. Now, for you to really understand how computers work or how programs work, we need to explain the concept of machine learning, because machine learning is the bedrock of artificial intelligence. Please, a minute, please. What's this? Okay. Sorry for that short break. I had to quickly correct something. Please, can you still see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Hello.
We can see your screen.
Okay, very good. So I'm going to explain what is happening in this picture. Now, this is the bedrock. Please, could you be muted? Thank you. Now, this is the bedrock of artificial intelligence, machine learning. Now, this is a robot holding a basketball trying to shoot hoops. What this simply means is that the robot is trying to target the ring. Now, why does this matter? Why does this image matter? Somebody is still speaking. Now, I'm going to give you an analogy to basically understand what this is about. Now, imagine you as a human being. You are trying to target that same hoop, that basketball ring. You throw it at once. The first time, you miss. You throw it the second time, you miss. You throw it, maybe constant practice. Eventually, you get it. It is still very possible for you to still miss maybe tomorrow. Now, on this flip side, if you take this same concept and impute a robot in it, the robot at first, maybe you show the robot, okay, robot, this is where the ring is. Throw it here. Now, the robot will take that ball, might face the opposite direction and throw the ball elsewhere. But you correct that robot, this is not where the hoop is. Face this direction and target that ring. It does it again. It keeps making those mistakes. Eventually, it keeps correcting itself, learning from the errors it has made in the past, and it keeps getting better. Eventually, it will even get to a point that it will be better than you who trained it. That is the concept of machine learning. And that is the concept in which artificial intelligence operates on. That's why sometimes if you are using a chatbot and you type in the first prompt, if the first prompt, the initial prompt might not give you what you really need. That's why you need to rephrase or reiterate the point you are trying to make to that bot before it actually gets it. So sometimes it is not your first prompt that solves the problem. It could be your second or third iteration that solves the problem you are trying to solve or gets you the results that you are trying to get. That's the concept of this image here. So let's look at the five core principles that guide the use of prompts. The first one is be very specific. Now, if you give a vague prompt or vague instruction to the computer, it will because that's how computers are. it will, if you could look at the back end of some of these chatbots, you will see how it processes those instructions. Okay, it uses something called decision tree. Okay, could this person be referring to this? No, let's not use this. Perhaps it's trying to refer to this, but okay, let's use this. It keeps following the decision tree till it gets to a result. So if you give a vague instruction to the computer, it interprets it the way it wants. Now, using very long, unnecessary, vague prompt will get you very terrible results. 2, always provide context. In what area, in what uh, section are you trying to use this instruction that you want? Who is asking for it? What is the person trying to do? What are you trying to achieve? Who are the target audience? What background should it be? All these things are very important when you start using this prompt. Also, use a very clear format. Specifying bullets. Bullets are very good. You can also instruct, use tables. JSON is for programmers. Also, list it down. It's possible for you to list. Number 1, do this. Number 2, number 3, number 4. So it processes your instructions as it sees it. Also, you can also assign a role to it. If you want it to be to the, let's say, the managing board of an institution, of the governing board of an institution, the tone you are going to use, you want it to bring it in that tone, you have to specify it clearly that this is not for beginner level. It has to be at this level. It will do it as you've said. So you have to be specific with the kind of instruction that you give. That's why I say act as a manager of a bank and do this for me. That is exactly what you do. Act as a footballer. How would you take a shot at this goal post? And then finally, break it down. The simpler, the better. That's the goal. That's the rule. The simpler, the better. Make it on this, because just the way you are instructing the computer is the same way you are going to instruct somebody. If you are instructing someone and the people you are talking to don't understand, how much more a robot? So make it as simple as possible. You can even break it down into smaller tasks, make it atomic. Do this first, then go ahead and do this. The simpler, the better. So the universal prompt templates that we use is first the role. Second, you add it to the task, what you want it to do. For instance, I want to, as an engineer, how do I do this in the open sea? Now put this down for me in a tabular form. Do not go beyond what I have explained. Do not do this. Those are called negative prompts. Do not do this. Do not make it more than 100 words. So the universal prompt template, whenever you want to type out a prompt to the bot or to whatever tool agents you are going to use, the first thing is you know the role, the task you are trying to solve, the context in which this task is to be performed, what format is supposed to be, document format, presentation format, and then finally what the boundaries you want those prompts, the instructions to be carried out, and what you don't want it to do. That's what the constraints are. Now it says AI is a literal genius with no common sense, which is very true. Be explicit, structured, and contextual. That's why it is a very dangerous thing for you as a user to mortgage your thinking to that of a bot. Remember, we have something called citation hallucination. Sometimes artificial intelligence bots make up stories as they go. Some of those things are not even real. That's why you still need to fact check or cross check whatever you instruction or whatever answers you get. Not just copy out everything verbatim and then expect it to fly. People have gotten into serious trouble with this kind of thing. So it is a genius, but you also need to be specific, technical, and then very explicit with what you want it to do for you. All right, we're going to try out some. I've set out two instructions, two prompts. This is a typical prompts explaining what I just showed you in the previous slide. This universal prompt template. I have put this here. I'm going to copy this out and we'll see what output we get as a result. I'll just leave it for a minute for us to digest this. Then I'll copy each and every one of them and then we'll see the results that we get. So the first one says, act as a senior financial analyst. Summarize this earning report. I have generated a fictitious earning report from a company called Greenfield. The audience is a retail. The first part is the role. The second part, which is the summarize this earnings report, is the task you want it to carry out. The third part, the audience is a retail investor. The audience is retail investors with no financial background. You've already told it. These are the kind of people that are going to be reading this report. So keep it in this context. This is the context. I'll put as 3 bullet points with plain English explanation. Now the constraint here is maximum of 100 words and no jargons. As a matter of fact, you can even put it be as specific as much as possible. So let's copy these prompts and we'll put it in a chat box. Basically, if you're, I'm sure not somebody's mic is still unmuted. Please, could you mute so that we don't have feedbacks? You could use ChatGPT, you could use DeepSeek. DeepSeek is a Chinese chatbot, which is also very, very powerful. And funny enough, it is even free. I'm not telling you to go and use it. I'm just telling you based on my own experience. So I'm going to copy this and then we'll paste it on any chatbot. Let's try DeepSeek first, and then we see if we'll get the same output with ChatGPT. So I'm going to minimize this and I'm going to copy these out. The quotes are not needed, so I'm just going to copy this. I'm going to use DeepSeek. Okay, so new chat. I'm going to paste this instruction. I've already saved a document with the analysis, the reports in it. So I'm going to copy this and drag it there. Just a minute, please. Okay, it is uploaded. Now I'm going to paste the instruction I've made. Now I'm going to avoid jargon and then be specific. Be as specific as possible. And then let's run it and see what we get. Now, because I said maximum of 100 words, if you look at this, it has carried out exactly the way I want. We made more money, we ran our business more efficiently, and we owe a bit more. It's more like a executive summary, not reading through the jargon. Now let's copy this same thing and use ChatGPT and see if we'll get the same kind of output. Just a minute for it to load. I think I need to refresh my page because we still have a lot to do. Okay, ChatGPT is taking quite a while. Okay, I think I can use this. Anyway, because of the traffic with the bot, I think it's taking a while. So you see, okay, it is uploaded. Let me paste it as well. I paste the instruction as I did earlier. be specific. I'll run the prompt. This is even way shorter than what we did, which is, if I look at this is a bit wordier than this. So profits improved even faster. Cash generation was strong, but debt increased. So it's basically the same thing, but in another way. So all you need to do is compare the output and see which fits the narrative you are trying to come up with. But it is exactly what I instructed it to do. Okay, so I'm going to go on to the second prompt, or I'll leave that to you as an exercise, because we still have quite a number of things that we are supposed to do during this purpose of this lecture. The second example is to create a Facebook advert for a company selling agricultural tractors in Nigeria. The audience is a group of commercial farmers between the age bracket of 25 to 40, or the youth. Highlight affordability, financing options, and after-sales support using a persuasive but friendly tone, and end with a clear call to action. What do you want them to do at the end of the day? So you see, all this still brings us back to the universal prompt templates. Always have these at the back of your mind when you are trying to run this kind of prompts. The role, the task, the context, the format, and the constraints surrounding the instruction that you have given to the bot. So we're going to come back maybe much later if you have more time to look at this a little bit more. But because we have a lot of practical sessions to deal with, I'm going to just put this by the side. All right, so the creative tips, these are the creative tips that you would need when you are prompting. Now, there is something I did not include here. It is called the negative prompt. What is a negative prompt? A negative prompt is simply what you do not want that bot to do. So, for instance, we say, give me a document, give me 5 examples of countries in Europe, for instance. Then you put do not include countries, do not. Anytime you find that do not, it's going to follow that instruction strictly. Do not include countries that do not speak French. So it will look through the instruction. That do not is a negative prompt. It will ensure that any country that does not speak French will not be included in the list of countries that you have instructed it to generate. So the first tip is make it short. Be as specific as possible. It is very, very important. In fact, it's one of the most important principles of prompting. Be as specific as possible. Longer details is not really necessary, but ensure that the information that the bot needs to do the job is saying, for instance, expand these points, expatiate on the points I have used. Expand each point with 2 examples. You have made it larger. The second one is be creative. Be creative. Brainstorm unconventional ways. That unconventional is what is going to peak. Brainstorm unconventional ways. So it will go out of its way to look for. Number 4, clarism. This is one of my best to include when I'm prompting, because this mic is still unmuted. If I'm dealing with people who are not really technical, I put this there, and it will generate it exactly that way. It will be well broken down, no technical jargon, no gibberish that you would have to take up a dictionary to explain. No, it is not necessary. Number 5, structured data. Do you want it as a table? Do you want it in a CSVS file? That's the spreadsheet format. Do you want it as a presentation? Let it know the kind of data you want it to output, and then balanced view. Give both sides. If you've used ChatGPT very well, you'll see sometimes it brings out 2 options for you and tells you to choose one of either of the 2, and tell it which result you prefer. That is part of what the machine learning is. It is trying to tell you that, okay, it has now learned what side you lean to, and future engagements will focus on bringing out outputs that are similar to that. So the final rule is great prompts are written in 2 rounds, not 1. What it simply means is you can iterate. If you instruct the bot and it does not give you what you want, then you make corrections, and the second or third iteration definitely will give you exactly what you want. But you must be careful. A chatbot has memory storage, which means if you store something in it, it's possible for it to make reference to that point that you've made. So in that case, excuse me, you use the negative prompt. If, for instance, you've entered what would I say now, an instruction for it to do, and it keeps referring to that instruction. Now it is your responsibility as the prompter to say, do not refer to this particular document or this previous instruction, and subsequent results you will get would make no reference to that section you do not want to see. So the first, second, third prompt, you hit the target if you follow the principle, thing to worry about. But in cases where your instructions are vague, or third time, I'm sure you will get the results that you want. Okay, now we are moving on to the practical aspect of this training, which is the highlight of why, excuse me, we are here. Some of the things we'll be doing would require you to practicalize it hands-on. I believe there's going to be the video is going to be shared, the video of this lecture, so you could refer to them to if you have any question you would like to ask. But like I said, you cannot conclude everything in the space of 2 hours 30 minutes. So if you would prefer, you could join the community where more detailed explanation will be given, or you can ask questions on the lessons and the lectures and whatever relating to artificial intelligence. Okay, so like I said, the tools we'll be using include ChatGPT, generative AI tools, and agents that use swarms like Manos.ai, like Suno, Abacus, and some of the ones that were not listed earlier. So I would like us to please watch this video. I took the liberty to watch this video, and I need you to look at the timeline at the top. This will help you understand how artificial intelligence has come of age. I don't know if the sound, you'll be able to hear the sound, but I really wish you would. So I'm going to play this. If you cannot hear the sound, you can let me know. I'll play it directly on my own device. So, sorry, did anybody hear the sound?
Yes, we're hearing the sound.
Hello?
We're hearing the sound.
We are hearing, but it's breaking.
Yeah.
Hello? Just a minute. Hello. If you can hear me, please type it.
Yeah, we can hear you, sir.
Okay. I just wanted to show. Did you hear the sound from the video I played?
We heard the
Let
sound,
me
but
let
it
me
was
play it
breaking.
again. It's very important we hear this. Okay, it was breaking. Okay, let me start it from the beginning again.
Oh, that's hot. That's hot. Uncle Phil, come try this. Fresh pasta of Bel Air. So have you heard of Kling 3.0? I heard it can create multiple scene cuts like this with a single prompt. And it knows when to cut to whoever is talking. But did you know that all this audio was also generated with the same prompt? I guess I didn't, sir. Study harder, kid. Eat your spaghetti.
Okay. I believe we all heard what was said. The major point was the timeline. The improvement that has been made between the year 2023 to year 2026 has been phenomenal. If you look at the first images that were generated in 2023, they look horrible. Fast forward to 2025, it looked way better. Now look at 2026. It is hyper realistic, which means possibly by next year, only God knows what will happen because they keep making bigger and better improvements to those agents. The agent that was used to make this video is called Kling 2.0. If you use ChatGPT, I think I can't really remember. I think Claude uses Haiku and Mythos, which was able to break into some government establishments, cybersecurity outfits, and all that. But that's not the reason why we're here. I'm just trying to tell you the improvements. So at the end of this training session, you should be able to do something like this. You should be able to create something like this. It might not be this good, but you should be able to do something like this because that's what we plan on doing. Okay, so we move on. Before we go ahead with some of the things that we'll do, we need to understand the AI content creation workflow. How do you go about it? Just like we did with the prompts, we need to understand how to effectively use these tools to achieve the results that we want them to achieve. So the first one is to understand, create the concepts in your mind, build a product. Are you trying to sell to, are you as an accountant, are you trying to explain the new tax regime to plan English? Are you trying to create content to educate them about the dangers or the harm associated with not paying your taxes? Are you trying to find out how to cut fraud? You need to come up with the concept in your mind first before you put it down in the second phase, which is the prompt. It is when you've ideated, when you've conceptualized it in your mind, that you can put together the right prompt for the computer to help you do. So the first one is to ideate, come up with a creative idea that you want the tool to assist you with. Then secondly, come up with the prompt. Generate the ideal prompt or instruction for the agent to carry out. The agent, like I said, some of them are not things you use. They are the ones that carry out. They are like your servant, like your butler. They are the ones they can be up to 5 tools. If you are using agentic AI, they can be up to 5 tools at once doing the task for you. Okay. So then now what tool would you require to do that job? For instance, Claude does not generate images. Claude does not generate it. Gemini does not generate images, but the flow aspect of it does. So you need to know exactly what tool to use. If, for instance, I would like to create a presentation. I do not have time. I just have like 10, 15 minutes. I already have the raw data that I need, but I need to put it in a very beautiful format. I'm not going to go and use Claude or if not even use ChatGPT because they cannot give me the kind of output tool to do that. So you need to know the right tool to use for the task that you are instructing it. Not all of them, they are for different reasons. There are tools that generate, that can build websites in minutes. There are tools that can create videos, music videos. There are tools that can create songs for you, even though you are not a musician and all that. So you need to know the right tool to use. You sometimes don't get the iteration, the first prompt. So you need to tool or the bot understands exactly what you want to do, the outcome. All right, I'll just give you a minute to look at this, then we'll dive right into what we have today. Okay, so I move on. The first thing we're going to do is to do the text to image, creating professional images with artificial intelligence. Text to image generation, image upscaling, image restoration, and background removal. So I am going to minimize this. I'm going to start with the first one. So the best tool to use for this particular one, as far as I'm concerned, I stand to be corrected, is ChatGPT. But you would be extremely limited. You can also use Imagine by Grok. That's the Elon Musk's version of it. Grok is also very good, but when you compare the output with that of ChatGPT, ChatGPT's result is usually more realistic than that of Imagine by Grok. So in this case, we're going to use ChatGPT to achieve what we're trying to do. So there's a prompt that I have included at the bottom. Create a realistic African female entrepreneur standing beside a modern agricultural equipment at sunrise. She wears professional business attire, cinematic lighting, ultra high resolution, vibrant color, commercial style advertising. Through the bot, with little refinements on my own part. Excuse me. So let's go back to now. You need to be careful when you are prompting. When the bot itself sees the word create, generate, it knows it is to generate an image. So using the right word is also very helpful. So I'm going to move this create. I'm going to replace it with generate. In fact, I'm going to, okay, we'll do that at the second iteration. Let's see what happens. The image is already being generated. Then I'll do one or two refinements to make it be exactly the way I want it to be.
Sir, your network is really breaking.
Now, you will be severely limited if you are using a free version of this tool. There's a lot, there's a lot you would gain if you have the paid version of it. So if you are going version of it, okay, let me refresh.
Sir, your network is really breaking.
It is not being generated.
Hello, sir. Are you still there? Sir, are you still with us? Okay, I think there's a network loss. Let's give him a few minutes to come back on. Yes, we are reaching out to him now. Just a few moments, please. He's trying to get back on, like to switch to another network that's friendly. But I believe we are learning some things today about AI, how to create images and all. Oh, thank you very much for staying on. We'll be back on shortly.
Apologies, please. I had a little challenge with the network. Apologies.
Oh, all right, sir.
Yeah, thank you. So I'll proceed. I believe. I believe. I believe the image has been successfully generated. So I'm going to swap to it. I think yes. So this is the image. This is the image. However, I'm going to try as much as possible to do some refinements. Let me refresh. Network is a little bit unstable. Okay, so now I want. Okay, while it's coming up. Okay, now I want this image to I'm going to do some editing to it. Now, what editing do I want? Let's assume I want it to have bone straight hair instead of these weaves. I'm going to see hairdo, bone straight. That's one. I'm going to put it here. 1, 2. Add a lapel to her jacket. 3, add a wristwatch to her wrist. Add a wristwatch to her wrist. And then I click on send. Let's see if the instruction I've given it comes out exactly as I've instructed it. After this, we're going to do image repair. For instance, you have an old photo in your archives. It's been there for years, 20, 30 years. It's gradually falling to ruins. This tool can help you repair the image and bring it back like it was taken yesterday. It's one of the many features of the tool. That's the strength of ChatGPT. But if we are dealing with things like voice recognition, voice cloning, you cannot use ChatGPT because it cannot do it. So I will also point you in the right direction when it comes to using the tool to do just that. The image has been generated, so I want it to come out before we proceed. It's a little bit slow because perhaps the network bandwidth is not so high. Okay. Okay. From what I can see here, the image has been replaced with a bone straight wig. It's let me refresh the page. Oh. I need it to refresh. Okay, this was the first one. The second one has finally. So let's see what I instructed it to do. Okay, so it has replaced the hair. I think I didn't get the right word. You can see the difference between the two. Sorry, excuse me. Okay. So this was the first prompt, and this is the second one. Okay. So now we need to do image repair. So I'm going to add an image to this, to the bot. I've taken the liberty to add some old photos that I am going to be working on. I need to open the image for you to see what it looks like before we start. You can see my screen. This is what the original image looks like. Okay, this picture is about 30 years old. Please could you mute? Okay, now what I want to do to this image is refine this image to colorize it, and or let's and make it high resolution. Now the negative prompt here is do not remove any detail. And I click on send. Let's see the two images and see how it comes out. It takes a while to do. I'm sure OpenAI, the company itself, is working on faster image generation, because sometimes depending on the kind of instruction you are giving to it, sometimes it takes a while for the images to be generated. So you have to be patient to allow it to run its course. Okay, the image has been worked on, so I need to open it when it comes up. I will need us to confirm if there's any difference apart from the ones I have instructed it to do. Okay, from what I see here, it's the old photo and the new one, from what has loaded so far. A little bit of time. So this is the colorized version of that picture. So as long as the outlines of the images can still be seen, the bot can work on it. I've done images, I've restored images for someone before that practically the entire face was damaged, but it reconstructed it and brought it out exactly the way the person, and the person was even shocked that how is this possible? Also, you can remove somebody from this image. If there is somebody you do not want to appear in an image, all you need to do is click on remove. It's taking too long to move. Still loading. Cancel. Let's see if, okay. So I need to remove this person from the image. Send. So you are in a picture, maybe you're taking a picture at the beach, somebody walked through. These tools before used to be heavily paid for. If you're using, I think it's a Samsung S21 or something like that. This particular feature, you either use Photoshop to do it. You don't, nobody really uses Photoshop except you want to work on a very technical level, because this can do it with just one or two prompts. You are already good to go. I've removed that person. I'm waiting for the image to be fully generated. This is the while that generates, this is the original image, the restored one, full colored. Now I have decided to remove one person from the image. I do not want that person appearing in the picture. Just to look if there's anything you see that to the colored one. Sure, it's being colorized. This is still loading. So you can use this for your person. You can use it for old pictures, restoration, and so on and so forth. This is taking so long. I don't know why it usually doesn't do this. Let's go to, I will come back to this image because of our time. We still have a lot to cover. These are just the basic ones. Now, I want you to imagine in your mind that you are trying to design a product. For instance, you've conceptualized in your mind that I want to sell, let's say, for instance, I want to sell, let's say, bread, for instance. You can design what the bread will look like, what IT people call prototyping, what you want the finished good to look like, and send it to whoever is going to work on it. Because eventually, whether we like it or not, we still need printers to work with. But you can sketch out the concept the way you want it and then send it to whoever is going to use it. We're going to create a label, or let's just say baby powder, for instance. We're going to create that one too. This is okay. This is still loading. It's really slow. Really, really slow. Let me refresh it and see if there's going to be an improvement. We'll come back to this. We can always save this and come back to it later. Okay, it's loading, but still slow. Excuse me. Somebody says the person has to pay in 2026 to belong to a photography or she was part of in 1960. Well, it depends on what the person did to you. You want him appearing in your image. You simply crop the cane so much time to load. Usually to see if it will be much better. Just a minute, please. Okay, I think it is loaded. Still loading. This is really terrible. Okay, it has loaded, but it's still there. I think I didn't do something right. I think I didn't do something right. Remove. It's supposed to remove this image. We are going to spend so much time, but that's what the tool does. I don't want us to waste so much time on it. It's a tool, magic crop on Photoshop. All you need to do is click on it. I don't know why it didn't respond. Maybe the image itself is too embedded, so it's not doing that. But if we waste so much time on this, we will not cover all that we have for today. So I'll leave this. You can try it out on your own. Remember, the free tool, you will be so much limited, you might not be able to do many of the things I am doing. So let's go to the product design. Now, for you to do a product, you must include very important, very specific details that you want to include. So I'm going to include my own logo. I'm going to drop. This is the logo I want to work with. So I'm going to say, okay, I would say generate the picture, the model, model of the container of product. Company, bracket open, logo at company, 1, 2, then Nigeria market. Now, include one, include the picture of a Nigerian mother and a smiling baby. The name of the product is CSNY powder. It should fit into the Nigerian baby powder model. Use the attached logo. Okay, we've included everything we want. I did not include any negative font. Do not include a European baby image. Send it and wait for it to come. Don't know why. Okay. So while we wait for it to generate, I think there's an improvement in this. Should be much more faster. Now, after this, we'll move on to creating. I will just show us some samples of some of the things that I personally worked on because of our time. If you want more explanation on how to do this thing, because we still have a whole lot to work on, I could explain it to you after the class. But for now, I just want to show you an example of what you can do. Remember, the class is just for 2 hours, 30 minutes. So we still have a whole lot to, to do. I wanted to finish designing the product. Let's see what it looks like. Let's see this. Okay, so please, can you see my screen? Rhoda.
No, sir. No,
Okay,
no.
okay. Let me share entire screen. Okay, so you can see it now.
It's still coming up. Yes, yes, we can see it.
Okay, so I just created it using my own logo, CSNY Consulting Baby Powder. Now, if for instance I am trying to design a product, these people pay a whole lot of money to have this done. All I need to do is send this model to the product developer. This is what I want the product, my baby powder that we're releasing into the market, to look like. So this is like a prototype that could be refined. Maybe you want the top of the container to be wider than the bottom of the container. You do just that. You can also design the back. For instance, I can say also design the back view of the container. And we do just the container. I think it should be faster now. While this loads, I'm going to open something I designed for someone recently. Let's see. Okay, program of event for an upcoming wedding. While that one opens, I just want us to take a look at it. Now, I don't have to pay a product. I don't have to pay a graphic designer to do that for me. I can do it myself. Even though I have a few background in graphic design, but that is not my core field, so I do not do much on it. Please, if you can see the screen, please let me know. This is a program of events that was designed strictly using ChatGPT. I'm not saying that we should now take the opportunity and run them out of business, but there are certain times that these are necessary.
I see
Okay,
it.
to make to make to instruct or to describe certain things to people. This is what was this was what was designed strictly using ChatGPT. I didn't do. You can also do this using Canva, because we'll still use Canva at the end of the day. But for now, this is a design that was done strictly with it. I didn't have to pay. All we had to do was to pay for the printing, and that was it. So these are some of the skills that the image has been generated. This is what the back of the powder looks like. It is so realistic. It even says 100% Nigerian trust. If you look at this, you will think somebody sat down and designed this specifically for it, but nobody did. The bot did the design by itself. So this is an amazing tool. I'll give us an example. There was a time I wanted to buy sunshades for myself, but I know if I ask people what I want, I probably would not get it the way I want. So what did I do? I uploaded an image of myself front facing the camera, and I cropped images of about 3 sunshades that I wanted. And I prompted the bot to give me realistic look of those 3 images, and it did it. And I was able to pick the design that I wanted. I will show you this is done. I will show you another example of what has been done. Okay, I'm going to use, we don't have much time, so I'm just trying to ensure that we cover all the bases. Okay, I'm going to include an image of myself. This is the picture. I want us to see it. Now, this image, coming up, this image, I'm not wearing a tie. I'm wearing gray pants, and I'm holding a Bible in my hands. I'm going to change everything on this image. How am I going to do that? The first thing I'm going to prompt it is remove one. It's not compulsory you number it, but I like it to follow my instructions. Remove blemishes from his face. 2, change his shirt to white. 3, add black tie. 4, change his pants to black. 5, remove the books he's holding and replace with a cell phone. Let's see what we get before we move on. The next aspect we'll be focusing on is generating sound, audio version. This, we're pivoting away from ChatGPT, and we're using another tool I will be introducing to us as the lesson progresses. Please, just so we're on the same page, let me know. You can type in the comments if you can hear me. If you can hear me, you can type in the comments. Okay, very good. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Okay, I believe the image should be ready. Still making adjustments. Now, like I said, it is not for us to run people. There are people who make a living from using these tools. However, many of the graphic designers now have incorporated agentic AI into their own workflows as well. So it makes their own jobs easier. There are certain limitations that these tools have. There are a lot of limitations, but we will not be speaking about that because that's not the point of this training. That's why still very large corporations still employ professional graphic designers to do it. But for little things that you want to do, you are trying to make a presentation at work, you are trying to explain to your boss what a product will look like, you simply use this. You don't need to pay anybody to do that. Okay, so this is the finished image. As you can see, this is the original image. Shift this to the side. This is the original image. It has replaced the blue shirt, light blue shirt, with the white shirt, added a necktie, replaced the books with a cell phone, and changed the color of the trousers to black. Every other thing in the image has remained the same. Nothing else has changed. If I need to remove every other person here and put myself, as some criminals do, you can change it up, put it, excuse me, that I am in the United States. That is not encouraged because, of course, there are forensic tests that will be carried out that can actually spot that this image was generated using an AI tool. So we need to be careful, especially in this day that we have deep fake, where people use other people's images to generate criminal content, which is very, very bad. This is for educational purposes only. So I just wanted you to see what you could do. You trying to do enlightenment campaign for tax accounting practice and all that. You can use this easily. So this is what we mean by image generation, image repair, and all that. This is the text to image aspect of artificial intelligence use. Now we are going to move on to, I'm going to go back to my slide. Excuse me. If you have any question, you can ask it in the comments. If we look at it, I will talk about it and then move on so that we don't spend so much time on it. That's the text to image aspect. Background removal, replace, it's still basically the same thing. Change color, I've done all that. Realistic images is what we just did, which is what we call text to image. Like I said, not all chatbots do this. If you are using Perspective, for instance, you cannot do this. Claude does not focus on this. Perhaps future iterations will be able to do this, but major ones that do it are Grok and ChatGPT. Okay, so next we are going to add another aspect of this, which is the audio content workflow. Now, I'm going to tell us a very short story. 2 years ago, when this tool came out, very, 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 very few people knew about it. So, somebody very close to me was celebrating her birthday. So, the person knows I don't have the voice to sing. But I released a full length song, even infused flavor of local dialect in the song. And the person was shocked that, how did you do this? Well, that's one of the skills we used. I'm going to play 1 or 2 videos for us to see on how we even use this. But before we get to that, the tools that we'll be using for this section is Suno, which is the very popular one, and then Minimax. However, Minimax is kind of the best, but it's a better one, but we will not use it because there are some restrictions while using Minimax. So for this purpose of this training, we're going to use Suno. Suno allows you to generate songs, any song you like, even your local dialect, just using strictly prompts as well. I'm going to show you. If you want more detail, you can join the community. I can explain to you how it is done. But for the purpose of this lesson, I'm going to show you. Now, the workflow is simple. Generate the lyrics using prompts generated. Refine the lyrics to fit the context. Add the genre to the AI bot, and then refine the overall setting. What they mean by generating the lyrics is you have to first you have to get the content of the song. So in this case, you can use either ChatGPT, you can use Gemini, you can use DeepSeek, you can use Perspective. Just make sure every detail that you need. Let's say, for instance, now it's my birthday. I want to create a song for myself on my birthday. So we are going to do that now. I'm going to come to the bot. Let's use DeepSeek. Let me use DeepSeek. Okay, so the prompt I'm going to enter is simple. We need to generate this prompt here and then move it over to the tool that will be used to generate the sound. So what I'm going to do is write the lyrics to a birthday song for John. GBK, for instance. He is celebrating his 50th birthday. Okay. He's a medical doctor. He's a medical doctor with 2 kids and a wife. Infuse a few Igbo lines, Igbo language lines in the lyrics of the song. The song should be good for an Afrobeat sound. Okay, what else do we need to include? Let's just leave it. Okay, I can also say length should not, this is a negative prompt, be more than 2 verses. I'm going to copy this prompt and we'll compare which is better. So while it generates, spoken in Patois, Oya, make we celebrate the king, blah, 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 chapter verse 1, pre-chorus. It even included Igbo language there. John Chipike, Onyesike, and so on and so forth. I already copied that same prompt. I'm going to include it in ChatGPT. And we'll see if there's going to be, which is going to be better. Oh, sorry, apologies. Okay. Create a realistic, oh, sorry, I didn't copy. It's not supposed to be from here. Okay. Copy, paste. Okay, so we'll see the difference between what we have here. ChatGPT included the title in Igbo. I think from my own point of view, I think the ChatGPT version of the song flows better than this. So we are going to copy out the prompt for the ChatGPT. I'm going to copy this. Now, the app to use for this is called Suno. I have been using it for a number of years, created a lot of content, and I believe a lot of professional artists in Nigeria, even abroad, use it all the time. It's a very, very wonderful tool. Let's wait for it to come out, and then we would instruct the computer on what we want to do. I'm going to play some of the songs I've recorded with it, even though I don't have the voice to sing. Okay, just a minute. Yes. Obviously, there has been a lot of abuse on this site. There are people who have been copying other people's concepts and using it, but they've made some adjustments to it. So I'm going to go to create. I'm going to go to create. Okay. Okay, the changes would take effect from September 3rd. Right now, you can still use it the way it is. These are some of the birthday songs I've created. I think this was, let's see if we can. This could use, you can use it. Okay, I'm going to pause this because of our time. So I'm just going to show us how you can create your own content. So sorry, somebody's microphone is turned on. So I'm going to include the lyrics here. There's once you create an account, you have the create section. You can include your own voice. If you want the sound to be yours, you can do that from this voice section. If you want to take an inspiration from another song, maybe your favorite artist, Davido, Wizkid, or whatever, you can get inspiration for it here. But remember, copyright is a very big issue. So most times, if you copy a song that is not yours, you would not be allowed to upload. So I'm going to paste the lyrics of the song I created here. Now, this is not all. You still need to make some adjustments, otherwise the song will not come out the way you want it to come out. You only just pasted the lyrics. Next step is to decide on the style of song you want it to be. Now I'm going to include, let's say I'm a piano, Afrobeat. Let's say you can say dance hall, lively. Those are the feeling you will get when the feel of the song when it's going to be played to you. Okay, I think I've included this. Then I think this is all. This is okay. Then you can give it a song title. What gender do you want the song to be, female or male? Let's use male for today. Weirdness, you can leave it the way it is, and style of influence, you can leave this. Then you can give it a title. We already have a title from the beginning of the song. So I'm going to copy this out. So copy X, copy this out, and then we paste it here. It is optional. It can generate its own song for you. It can generate its own title for you. So I click with this. I think we are good to go. We can generate the song now. While we wait, there's another tool you can use to do this. You can use Open Music as well. But I want us to focus on one tool at a time. You can use Open Music to generate songs. I've already generated songs here because I use a lot of AI tools to work and all that. This is a song. This is a song I generated for an ad campaign I'm running for a company, a children's company. So this is the song I generated. This is another one. Okay, so this is, you can use Open Music AI to create songs as well, but I prefer to use Suno because Suno is a lot more intuitive than Open Music. So we still wait for it to complete. Once it is done, you would find the song. Okay, the song has been generated. So I'm going to play it now. Still generating. I think this is complete now. Okay. These are songs I've generated over time. I've been using it for years before, a lot of people started using it as well. So we'll go to the first. I think this one is completed. Let's hear the sound. For the record, please, I want to know if you can hear me. If you can hear the song. Hello. Okay, you can't hear the sound. Okay, that's
We
going to.
can't hear the sound.
You can't hear the sound.
Yes, sir.
Okay, let me see if because we can't. If you don't hear the sound, then there's no fun in it. Let me check. I think just a minute. Where is this? Okay. Can you hear it now?
No, sir, we cannot hear.
Wow, that's going to be a very big problem then, because if you can't hear
Not
the
yet.
sound,
There is no
that's
sound in it.
a
Was
problem. There's no sound. Okay. Let me check the settings from here. Let me check the settings. Audio. Microphone. There's no settings to. There's no settings for that here to bring out the audio from my own system. But what I'll do is I'll download the song and then play it. I think that's one way we can do it. I think it's because it's coming from another vendor. Okay, I will download the song and then play it to hear the sound that comes out from the. Just a minute. I think. Okay. I can't even remove it from here anymore. I think. Okay. Just a minute. Okay. Can download it now. Now, once you are satisfied with what you can see, there's a section for you to tell you that only Pro and Premier songs. So when you pay for the upgrade, you can own the right to the songs, which is what most of the artists do these days. So download. I'm waiting for it to complete. Prepare your MP3. Now, once we are done with this section, okay, I think it's complete. So I'm going to play it now. Let's move it to. I'm going to move it to folder. Okay. So this is the song. I'm going to play it now. Please let me know if you can hear it. Can we hear it?
Yes, we can hear it, sir.
We can hear it.
Okay.
I can hear it from my hand.
Okay.
Today we celebrate 50 years of grace. Don't keep bike, see the joy upon your face. A medical man, with heart full of love. A husband, a father, blessed from above. Two beautiful children, your pride and your light. With your loving wife, standing by your side. 50 years strong, 50 years blessed. Nana, today, now your day, you are the best. Chibuike, Wokoma, Odeo, 50 years. We dey celebrate ya. Ekele diri chukwu. Maka togi, more life, more grace, more victory. Every day, your Chibuike.
Okay, I'm going to pause it because if we want to play the entire song, we will not leave here today. So the point is, it gives you about 2 options. If you are satisfied with the first option, you go with it. If you are not, you can generate more options to you for your purpose. Just make sure it is tailored to exactly what you want, and then the image is the sound is generated. You can generate just instrumentals. If you want just the sound of the song, you can generate the instrumental. You can even create videos, but we'll not be able to do the video in this section because it's a little bit complicated. And if we are going to concentrate on that, we might end up spending a lot of time on it. But if you need more explanation on how these tools work, you can reach out to me through the community or through chat, and I'll be happy to explain it to you. Okay, now that's for text to audio. Now, the last tool I would like us to look at is the most powerful one, which is the text to video. Why is this tool powerful? You can use it. Some people, we live in a very terrible world now where some of the content children are exposed to on TV are unsavory. Some of them, they are not academically or educationally uplifting. You can create videos for your children to watch yourself. You can create your own YouTube channel where only content that your children are going to be comfortable watching will be displayed there. You can use it for educational purposes. Like I said, I have a video. I will play that video now. Before I'll show you some of my past work for organizations I've worked with to give you a better understanding of what I'm talking about. Okay, so just so we are clear. Okay, so just a minute. I need to stop sharing so that I can share with the sound, so that I can hear the sound as well. So you will not hear my voice, but you'll be able to see the video. So please bear with me until after the video finish playing. So I'm going to do this, share, go back to.
From generation to generation, Nigerian farmers have fed our nation. But hard work deserves better tools. NAMO brings innovative land clearing, agricultural mechanization, equipment leasing, and smart farm management to your farm. With NAMO, your farm thrives, your community grows.
With NAMO's advanced agricultural solutions, your fields flourish with bountiful yields, because we understand that farming isn't just a business, it's a legacy. Contact NAMO today. You can reach us by telephone on 0906-000-3018 or by email on info@namo.ng or our website, www.namel.ng, and let's grow together.
The Nigerian Agricultural Mechanization and Equipment Leasing Company, enabling African farmers.
Is learning becoming a struggle for your little ones? Transform their education with Flexi Education. Our online learning platform based in the UK makes learning fun. Interactive lessons, seasoned tutors, fun games, personalized learning such as learning English and other languages including Nigerian languages. Perfect for early years through year 6. Start your free 15 minutes trial today at Flexi Education. Register at www.flexieducation.com or call 0203 488 6534.
Guy, thank God my business is progressing. No time to check time. May nobody disturb me. I beg. No be the FIRS people be that. I beg make I run come out from here before they catch me. Now mumu they pay tax for this Niger. See how bad this road is. How come government no fit fix this road? Why this hospital dirty like this? Government don't abandon us, wicked people. Thing two, our government is wicked. See our roads and hospitals, jaga. Oga Chike, are you sure? When last did you pay your tax?
No lie, oh. I dey wait. You know say na tax government they use build road, schools, and do many good things.
Oh yeah, make I show you. Bring your phone. You don't hear of tax clearance certificate. Now the certificate where you go collect when they pay your tax, steady be that. As a good citizen, you supposed pay your tax. Oh. Government don't make it very easy for you to pay your tax. No stress, my guy. Oh yeah, bring your phone. Make I show you sharply.
Welcome to this brief introduction on the new tax for employer obtained.
Tax and pay on time
are essential for fair taxation.
Now, I know why it is good to pay my tax and pay on. Paying tax is every citizen's responsibility. I will always do the right thing. Omo, I go good to pay tax, so I go always pay my tax so that government will continue to do good things for my country people.
So are you still there?
Okay.
Hello, sir, are you there?
Hello, can you hear me now?
We can hear you now.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
So if you look at the three videos I played, I created all three contents. Now the last video was what I created to do tax education for a government institution. I think that was last year. It was very funny, but they were able to get the point. Now imagine using this same skill or this tool to reach out to people in the rural areas and all that. You can use it to generate cartoon characters for your kids and the likes. The second one was for a company in the UK trying to introduce children to learning, online learning, and so on and so forth. So that's what we will be doing now. I'm going to share my screen once more, and then we'll go to the tool we are going to make use of. Okay. Okay, so this here is for an agricultural mechanization company. That's the first one. This is for an education, online education company, and this is for the what's it called now?
Tax clearance.
Taxation video that I made. There is still another one that I did. I will show you. So we'll replicate that. Then if you have your computer with you, you can try it out. Or if you want to wait till the recorded version of this video comes, you can also do that as well. So I'm going to quickly play. I think where is that video? Can I remember where it is? Okay. This is another one. Okay, section 3. Okay, this is another one that was created. This is a more recent one. The feel of the video is more powerful than those other ones, and this is what you'll be able to do.
Every great nation is built when every citizen plays a part. Every tax paid helps build better roads, stronger healthcare, quality education, and opportunities for every Nigerian.
The new Nigerian tax law creates a fairer system where everyone contributes according to their means.
Okay, so this is a short video I was working on. It's not finished, but we should be able to do that. Now, the tools that we would be needing for this, creating this video generation skill, you need Google Gemini. In fact, Gemini using VO is the best. Yeah, it's the best. You can also use Minimax. Minimax is very expensive. If it's just for the fun of it, you use Google Gemini in VO or Flow, Google Flow instead of Minimax. But if you want something really professional, you use Halo Minimax. It's an agent, so it contains all the tools from voice generation, transcription, image generation, everything in one place. Let me show you what it looks like before we go. This is what the Halo environment looks like, but we will not be using it. If you look at it, it has everything from the agents to the light to voice generation to music generation. You name it, it's in one place. But people are scared of it because it is from a Chinese company. They feel their details will be stolen, their data will be harvested, which is not true. But that's not the purpose of this training right now. So we are going to stick strictly to Google Flow, and I'm going to show you how this is done. So if you want to take down notes, you can take down notes. If you want to wait for the class to be completed, you get the recorded version, you can do that as well. So I'm going to briefly show us how this is done. These are some of the contents I've done in the past, but I want to do it from scratch. Okay, so the first thing you see from the Google Labs is if this is a pro version, so it has everything in one place. This is the front page. So once you click on the new project, it is going to take you to the page where you start the image generation. Here, you don't need to go and generate the prompt from somewhere else. It is incorporated into this flow itself, this Google Flow itself. The content, the prompt generation is there. So you don't need to do so much. What you just need to do is know how to arrange the scenes, come up with a creative idea, and then you can have a tool like CapCut or Canva to do. I'll be using Canva today instead of CapCut. So first thing we want to do is I want to create let's say an ad. Before I do that, I need to explain what each and every one of these icons represent. Now, all media is where you find all the images or videos you've generated. The character is if you want to use your own image, if you want to put your own face or face of somebody else in a video, this is where you do it. You find them under character. These are and also what you want the character to be able to do. You have the wild card, you have the professional, you have the wicked, and so on and so forth. But we are not going to look at this yet. Then the scenes is the videos you've generated. You will see them where they are arranged. So for the purpose of this lesson, we're going to start from the scratch. Let's go to all media so that we can generate. Now, where you start your generation is from here. Develop a storyboard, brainstorm with me, or turn concepts into prompts. We are going to create first. The first idea is to ideate. What do you want to do? So I want to create an advert for or an ad campaign for, let's say, baby. Let's use the baby powder example. So I'm going to say create an ad campaign. I want it to be as short as possible for a Nigerian baby powder brand. And I press enter. Now, what it is doing is it is composing the prompts, the scenes. It's going to generate scenes for you. Once it has finished generating, it is up to you to look at the scenes. If it doesn't match what you want, then you can refine it. Let's go through it together to make sure you create. Okay, it is going to ask you some questions so that it can build it exactly the way you want. Look at it. It says, I would love to help you build this ad campaign. So make sure you will create something that resonates. I have a few questions to help shape our direction. First, the brand identity. Do you want a brand name? Do you have a brand name in mind? Yes, we do. Let's say brand name CSNY. CSNY powder. That's the brand name. Campaign tone. Should the campaign tone feel warm and traditional, focusing on community, mother and child, or modern and clinical? We can say campaign tone should be modern. And then finally, the visual style. What kind of aesthetics are you picturing? For example, warm documentary style or a bright, high contrast modern look. So I go for high bright visual style. Style is bright, fun, and high contrast. This is exactly what it's going to do. So I send the prompt and wait for the response. I even typed, there's an error in what I typed, but it's fine. I'm sure it's something it can handle. Okay.
Can it not be addicted?
Which of these directions? So you see, sorry, you can, of course, you can edit. I don't want to interrupt the flow. That's why I left it. You can edit. Definitely you can. So it has created the concept. So it is up to you to choose the concept you want. The first concept is the rhythm of play. Celebrating the active, energetic, child, playful. Let's just read through it and see if it fits what we want to do. Vibrant color blocking, bright yellow eyes. The second concept is modern care, gentle protection. Theme, focusing on the daily routine of modern Nigerian parents who prioritize premium skin health and clean comfort. This kind of fits what I want. Or let's look at the third concept, radiant from day one. Theme, a bold exploration of healthy glowing skin, highlighting the joy and freshness that CSNY brings to a baby's day. This is also very good. So I'll go with concept 3. I prefer concept 3. So I've sent it. Let's wait for the response. It's going to generate about 7 scenes. I'm going to write, so it is going to, it started generating it. It will take a minute. If you know the direction. Okay. So it has generated it. It has about 5 scenes. The first scene, action, baby Chidi lies. I can change the name. For instance, I don't like the name. I don't want the name Chidi. Maybe I want an English name. I can change it from the prompt. But I just want us to look through. Second scene, okay. So second scene has Tari picks up the sleek CSNY powder, which is nice. Third scene, so it's between Tari and Chidi. This is the frame it has created. So if I'm satisfied with what I've seen here, what I need to do is go ahead and create individual images for these scenes. And that's it. It will generate images. This could take about just the pictures first. Would you like me to proceed to generate the storyboard? Just a minute. I need to be sure. Okay, still working on it. Okay, so it has generated 5 scenes. Let's wait for it to load. If I'm not satisfied with any of the images that it has, all I need to do is click on them and edit them. Maybe the cloth, I don't like the cloth that is being worn. I can change it. These are the 5 scenes it has generated. So CSNY powder. This is the first one. The second image, which is purely African. Okay. The powder being applied on the baby. The powder being puffed, which is really, really nice. Everything came out exactly. Is to go ahead. Now, all these things you've done, the way Flow works is the image generation is free. It doesn't cost any point. But the moment you generate videos, it takes out points. So it's going to ask me, I've successfully generated individual visual scenes for 5 storyboard frames for your powder. Let me know if you'd like to animate these scenes into video clips. So I will say yes. Yes, please. Animate individual scenes. And I press send. Now, once you are done with all this, you can use the tool, in-app tool, to merge all of them together, but it will not come out as professional. So you need a tool like CapCut or Canva to do that. Now look at the instruction. I am going to animate 5 storyboard scenes into a 10-second video.
So are you still there? It seems the network has gone off again. So are you there? Hello, sir.
I'm going to share my screen again. The images has been generated, the videos have been generated. So I'm just going to use the basic tool to show you how the images are. Okay, this is at 24%. We have to wait till, okay, I think it's still taking time. Okay, this one has to do with my network. Just a minute, please. Okay. Okay, I think it is done. So I'm going to play them one after the other, and then we see what it looks like. This is the first one. If you want to see all the scenes that have been generated, you come to scenes. This is for the powder version. Please play. Did it generate? Scenes. Okay, let me try and drop it from here. Create scenes. So from the ones that it has created, I think only one was able to be generated. The others had refresh it.
We can't hear you anymore. Are you still there?
Successfully created. All right, hold on. Stop share. Okay. Okay, now. So the first
Sir, can you unmute your mic? We cannot hear you. And we can't hear the video either. Can you hear me, sir?
Yes, I can hear you. Once I try to share my screen that has video content, I will not be able to speak. That's why. So I've just stopped sharing now. I'm going to play it for you. Oh. Okay. Okay. So these are the ones I've created initially. I'm going to share my screen again without the sound. So, okay. So let me see if this was fully created. Untitled scene. Feel free to check back in a few minutes. Still loading. Okay. So I can add another image to it from here. If I want, I can download. Only 2 of the videos were created. I don't know why the others. Let me try something. It's still loading. Oh, it's taking so much time. This network is not so fantastic. Okay, let me just use the ones I've created before because of time, because we still have 1 or 2 things to cover. So this was the one I did just yesterday. Okay, I think this is it. Okay, I'm going to open this now. Okay, so this displayed well. Okay, so this works. I'm going to now for you to merge all the scenes together, you come to scenes. Can we hear the sound?
No.
There's no sound. Okay. I'm going to mute myself so that it's to. Okay. So
I'm gonna catch you. You cannot catch me. We are making the absolute best team. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. Look at us.
Um, so I think you are talking. You are still mute. Still need to unmute your mic. Mute. Hello, sir. Are you still there? Are you there? Okay, while we wait for him, we can start dropping our questions in the chat box. Whatever questions you might have about this class, let's start dropping it on the chat box. Sir, can you unmute your mic?
Okay.
Sir, can you hear me?
Hello. Hello.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay,
I can hear
okay.
you. Okay, so sorry. So that's how you generate the image. You can also use your own image. Sorry about the network, it's just fluctuating. You can insert your own image by clicking on this new character, uploading your own image here. I'm not going to do that because of our time. We're almost out of time, so I'm just going to upload this image. I'm going to take my own picture. Let's say I'm using this, for instance. Open. Now, any video you create will take that image of yours and use it in your content creation. Okay, if there's any other prompt you would like to add, you can add it to it from here, but I don't have any prompt I want to add to it, so I just go ahead and add to prompt. Gentleman.
We are not seeing your screen. No.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Let me share it again. Okay. So I'm sure you can see it now. Gentleman.
Yes, we can see you.
And youth. So click on send. It creates a character for me that I can use in a video for myself. So that's basically how you do it. You can now use tools like CapCut or Canva to merge them all together. Because of the time limitation, we will not be able to finish everything in this lecture. But like I said, if you need more instructions on how to do it, like this is my image that he created. I can now use this image I've created and animate it and then use it in whatever I want to use it for. That's how you create video content. Like I said, if you require more details on how to do this, I'll be glad to show you how to do it. Then finally, before we call it the day, because our time is fast spent, this is a case study I would have loved us to do, but we don't have more time. You can try this on your own, and you can share your results with me. There's one final thing I want us to talk about before we call it a day, is the ethical and responsible use of AI. Number one, it is very important that you don't put your own detail, because it is your details that the AI chatbot uses for somebody else. It does not create its own content. It creates from pulling from different parts of the web and what people have uploaded. That's why it is very important you do not upload private images that you know that you cannot let go on this on a bot. Images, things like test results, health, medical results, and things like that are very dangerous to do. Don't upload them on your bots. Also, accuracy. Always verify information. Like I said, there's something called citation hallucination. It generates content as it goes, which can be very dangerous if you use it where you are not supposed to use it. Number 4, avoid creating discriminatory or harmful content. It will be flagged. They will not even let you upload it because they said this kind of content, like generating nude content, is not allowed. Then human oversight. AI should support, not replace human judgment. Always have your input in whatever you have created because eventually you are going to be the one to defend whatever you've done. With this, I think we can finally say we are done with this aspect. And I would like to thank you and the organizers for giving me this opportunity to present to you. Like I said, if you have questions, if you have any aspect that you do not understand or you have challenges doing, you can reach out to me through the community CNSNY community hub or through the WhatsApp channel, and I'll be glad to respond to them. I'd like to thank you once more for giving me this opportunity, and I pray you have a good day. Thank you very much. Ms. Rhoda, I think.
Yeah, thank you very much, sir, for this practical and insightful session. I believe we have all seen that AI is not just about generating text, but with the right instructions and the right, also use it to create professional images, videos, advertisements, and graphic designs. That we truly appreciate you for taking us through the practical process and showing us how these tools can be applied in our everyday work. So we will move on to the answer segment just quickly before we round up. And there's a question here, sir. Which tool will you recommend for PowerPoint presentation? Can you hear me, sir?
Yeah, I can hear you. That's a very good question. Now, for PowerPoint presentation, ChatGPT cannot do it. I would suggest you use a tool like Manos. Of course, you know most of these tools are not free. You have to pay for it, but it lets you do quick generation of very beautiful presentation. You can use Abacus. You can also use Flowwith. All you need to do is put in the right prompt. It will generate and upload maybe a Word or PDF version of that document. It will generate the PowerPoint version for you. Very beautiful. You can use this, but the free version is limited. But if you are the type that uses it all the time, I suggest you get the paid version, and I'm sure you would not regret it. Thank you.
Thank you very much for that answer. I hope you can hear me. And
yeah, I can hear you.
I do apologize for interjecting. I was the one that sort of asked the question, and I agree with you that ChatGPT does not do the business, which is why I asked the question. Now, you named 3 tools there, and I just wanted to make sure that I catch the names of the tools, unless you're willing to put it in the chat.
The tools?
You said Manos, Abacus, and Flowwith. Wow.
Manos, you can use Manos, you can use Flowwith.
Sorry,
Flowwith is
Manos,
also very
as in
good.
MANUS.
Let me put it in the chat. You can use abacus.ai. Yes. .ai. You can use Manos.ai. You can also use Flowwith. Flowwith is my personal favorite. .ai. You can look them up on the internet. They are very intuitive, so it's not going to be very difficult. Just ensure that you get the right prompt and put it in. Flowwith can even design a full website for you, but of course, it's not something I expect people because it is not necessary for you. But 3 of these tools will do what you're looking for. If you need more instruction, you can also join the community, or you can reach out on WhatsApp. I would be glad to explain it to you.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
You're welcome.
All right. Thank you, sir. There's another question. It says, which word works better between create and generate?
Okay.
Did you get that?
Context. Yes, I got that. Context matters. There are certain contexts that using create might not really cut it. So my personal favorite, personally, if I'm using the tool, I prefer to use generate. Both work, but I prefer generate because I've used it several times and it gives me the results exactly the way I want it. So I would recommend you use generate. Yes.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. And then another question, it says, how do we access the paid version of the AI tool, ChatGPT, and what is the least cost?
It depends on the tool you are working with. Sorry, apologies, please. It depends on what you need. You can't pay for all the tools. If you are not a DJ or you are not trying to do this, you don't need Suno. If you are a content creator, you need Suno. If you are trying to make videos for adverts and all that, you need Flow. So I would suggest it depends on what you are trying to do. The cost, most of them are not so expensive, except you are using Minimax. Minimax is expensive because of the kind of content it generates. And also Minimax is good because all the content, all the bots or agents are in one place. So it costs more. But if it's just for, let's say you want to generate videos, you can just use Google Flow. It is very cheap. I think it's under 10,000 naira or so for a month. If it is for manuals, most of them are not so expensive. Some of them are charged in dollars, but know what you want to do and what you need the tool for before you go ahead to pay. That's just it.
Right, sir. Thank you, sir. And there's another question. It says, what's the cost implications of the paid version? And
that's why I said, that's why I answered that. What tool? Which one exactly are you talking? Are you talking of all the apps? Okay, Google Flow. Google Flow, you have Google Flow. You can, I think, is about 10,000 or less if you are using the professional version. If you are using the higher one, because credits, it is, I think professional has about 300 or 1,000 credits. The credit is what generates the videos. So if you know you are going to generate a very large amount of video, then you pay for the next one. I think that is business, which has about 2,500 credits. So it depends on what you want to do. The prices are always available to you. And if you have just getting them, you can reach out to me or the organizers. I will be glad to help you get it.
All right. All right. Thank you, sir. I think someone is raising up their hand. Mr. or Mrs. Salahu Latifu. Can you unmute and ask your question? Okay, before he or she does that, there's another question here. It says, can you help with 10 tools and the Mr. O, do you want to ask a question? Mr. Kingsley.
Yes, good afternoon. Can I be heard?
Yes, please go on.
Hello, good afternoon. Doc, thank you so much for the great training this afternoon. You did well. I think it's well understood even to a layman. The question is just a quick one. What the Google Flow you said, or you made mention of, and Google Meet, are they the same? Or there are two different tools altogether? That's number one. Why the second question as I've forgotten the second question.
Mr. Kingsley, can you come again? Your network was breaking. Mr. Kingsley.
Okay, can you hear me now? Is it better off now? Can you confirm with the network if my voice is okay now?
Yeah, it's okay. Go on.
Okay, I was asking if the Google Flow Doc mentioned is the same thing with Google Meet, or these are two different tools altogether.
Okay. Thank you for that question. You see, Google it's just like your phone. When you let's say for instance you're using an app, an Android phone. If you buy the phone, there are some apps that come with that phone. Let's say Microsoft, Google Meet, Google what's it called? Which other Google Photos. When you pay for a subscription with Google, depending if you are paying for like this Flow, it comes with so many of these apps. Google Meet is just for video conferencing, like what you have, like you are using Zoom right now. That is what Meet is for. But Google Flow is for content creation. image generation, video generation, and so on and so forth. They are not the same thing. They are not even, though it is by the same company, but they don't do the same thing. When you want to
Sorry, I was to mention Google.
use
I was to mention Gemini, Google Flow, and
Gemini.
Google
Okay,
Gemini. I did
Gemini.
this. Yes.
Okay, Gemini is the bot. Google Gemini is the bot, just like ChatGPT or Claude AI or Perspective or DeepSeek. But Flow is for content creation, sort of making of videos, generating images. Gemini is just a chatbot. The agent that actually does the image generation is called VEO. So they are not the same thing. That is just the chatbot. But the content creation generator is the Flow, which has the agent called VEO. You will even see it by the corner here. Yes.
Mr. Kingsley, do you still want to ask a question? Okay, I believe the question has been answered. Can you put down your hand, Mr. Kingsley? So for further questions, the WhatsApp link is on the chat box. We can follow the link and then drop our questions there. Any other questions we have, we can drop it there after the training. Yeah, thank you so much. And if you want a one-on-one training, you can also reach out via the WhatsApp link. Thank you very, very much, sir, for this insightful and practical session. And I also appreciate all of us that have actually joined. So, Mr. Uti, please, can you give us a closing remark as we round up, if you are on the call? Mr. Uti. Mr. Uti, are you there? Okay, while we wait for him, the September webinar is out already. Like, we can start registering, and it is on the 29th of September by 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. talking on forensic accounting and fraud investigation in Nigeria, tools, techniques, and real-world applications. So the link is in the chat box. We can click and register for it. Mr. Uti, are you there, sir? Can you give us a closing remark? All right. I appreciate every one of us that made out their time to be here for this webinar. So we are taking our anthem now before we move on with our daily activity. Thank you.
Nigeria, we hail thee, our own dear native land. Though tribe and tongue may differ, in brotherhood we stand. Nigerians all and proud to serve our sovereign fatherland. Chartered Accountant of Nigeria. Noble like and noble like and your accuracy we cherish. We uphold your
Thank you very much, everyone. Enjoy the rest of your day.